What is going on, beautiful people of the world? My name is Garrett Wolf, and I am the host of the #1 podcast for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs. I've built my body over the last 8 years, and in the last 3 years, I've helped hundreds of online clients shred unwanted fat and embody the best version of themselves. Now, let's jump right into today's show. What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Alpha Movement Podcast. This is the #1 show for people who are trying to go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, from saggy flabs to motherfucking six-pack abs, all without giving up the most enjoyable aspects of their life. And in today's episode, I'm going to be telling you guys about my plan, my strategy, when it comes to being able to go out on the weekends, even during this contest prep, because I'm going to be going out tomorrow with a couple of friends, and I'm going to be telling you guys how I plan to prepare for that. So #1, it doesn't halt my progress. #2, it doesn't put me behind. And #3, I can stay on track with my macros, calories, and everything else related to my fitness journey and my weight loss journey specifically. So maybe you guys can take some of these tactics, implement them into your life if you're someone who doesn't like skipping out on going out with your friends, eating with your family, whatever it is. There are ways, there are tactics, there are strategies that can be implemented to allow you to actually take action on these desires. So if at any point during this podcast episode you enjoy what I have to say, or you take some value from this podcast, please screenshot my face, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at _Garrett Wolf, and I will reshare it to my story and send you a free gift. Other than that, guys, this is the tactic, this is the strategy that I'm going to be implementing when it comes to being able to go out with my friends on the weekends, because I don't want to give that up. I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up, life, normal day-to-day life, normal things that you would do, like eating out with your friends, like going out on the weekends, even despite the fact that I have this fitness goal, despite the fact that I have this weight loss goal. I've never heard really anybody give a name to this kind of strategy. I hear people kind of talk about it, but for the sense of, for the point of this video, for the point of this podcast, I'm going to be naming it Calorie Jumping. Something like that. I don't know. Calorie jumping. I thought it sounded kind of cool. You call it calorie stacking, or you can call it, calorie displacement, but calorie jumping sounds kind of cool. I've never heard someone put a name to it. So anyway, I was laying in bed yesterday night and I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I really want to go out this weekend. I still got, 16 days until my competition. I got a long time to kind of readjust. I could just send it, get a bunch of steps in, party really hard, thrust my hand in the club, and really make sure I'm burning a lot more calories to keep up with the extra calories consumed from, things like drinks. And then maybe, sometimes afterwards you go out for dinner with your friends after the club or things like that. And I was like, how can I figure out a way to go about this and not mess up my calories, even if I'm going to be moving all that extra movement, all that extra jumping around, all that extra sweating? Is there anything else I can do to kind of go above and beyond? And then I thought to myself, I was like, okay, it was Wednesday night yesterday, and today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. That's when I'm going to be going out. I said, what if I just eat protein? So what if I get 200 grams of protein today being Thursday and tomorrow being Friday? How many extra calories would I have going out that night? All factors being the same, everything, hitting everything else, all my steps, all my numbers, all my calories throughout the rest of the day, if I only eat 200 grams of protein on Thursday and Friday, so I can go out Friday night. And it comes out to 200 grams of protein is only 800 calories. Now I get 1800 calories a day. So if I only eat protein today and tomorrow until I end up going out tomorrow night, I'll have a grand total of an extra 2000 calories to be able to blow it on whatever I want, basically drinks, dinner, anything like that. And with no extra movement added, I would have 2000 calories. Now with extra movement added, you could justify 2500, maybe even 3000, and that would be like a giant, nice, fun, full cheat meal that you'd be able to have. But I'm not even going to add the movement in. I'm just going to take into account the macros, and with all things considered equal, if I wasn't even moving, if I didn't add extra movement or extra calorie burnage on Friday night, how can I go about getting a heaping pool of 2000 calories extra for the night that I go out? And basically what it comes down to is just skipping out on the carbs and fats. And if you're wondering if this is going to set you behind, it's really not. The worst things that are going to happen to me basically today and tomorrow is I'm going to have a little bit lower energy levels because I'm not getting a lot of carbs. However, my protein, the extra protein that I'm getting, will be utilized for energy. So I'll have some energy, just not as much as usual, right? My workout might suffer just a little bit because I'm not getting that extra pump from the carbohydrates. I'm not getting really satiety binding fat molecules, whatever you want to call it, fat macronutrients, then that's fine. It's really not going to set me back that much. So this is, I'm coining the term calorie jumping. This is what I'm going to be doing today and tomorrow so that I'll have 2,000 extra calories to be able to go out over the weekend. And that's basically the strategy, guys. And the thing about this strategy is I don't exactly have to dial down the volume, because I was laying in bed again last night thinking, what can I eat that's all protein? My kind of mindset around it was, what can I eat that's all protein that has the most amount of volume? And so I started thinking to myself, what do I eat? Usually, I'll have like cream of rice for protein, and then I'll have eggs with egg whites. So I was like, what if I take out the eggs, right? So every morning I have 4 eggs and 6 egg whites. I was like, what if I take out the eggs and just have 10 egg whites? And I was like, 10 egg whites, it's not the same amount of volume as 4 eggs and 6 egg whites. So what if I have, I don't know, 12 egg whites, half the carton of egg whites? That'll give me enough volume, because if you think about it, a normal egg has the yolk and then the white. So it's kind of got like two sides to it. So each one whole egg is the equivalent of basically 2 egg whites. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the yolk and then the egg white. So then 2 egg whites basically makes up for the volume of a normal egg. So I'm just like, I'll just eat half the carton of egg whites. And then on the side, I came up with this crazy microwave protein brownie that I saw on YouTube. All I did was I put a little bit of low fat, basically no fat, Greek yogurt. So that's got like 90 calories in a serving, and I barely had like a spoonful. It's probably 20 calories and like 5 grams of protein, right? It's pretty much all protein. And then I just put in a scoop of protein powder, a hint of baking powder, some artificial sweetener, and a little bit of water. Mix that up, microwave it for a minute. Boom, you have yourself a nice protein brownie. I even added a little bit of butterscotch extract just to add a little bit of butteriness, a little bit of flavor. And you can use things like xanthan gum too. I think I put a little bit of xanthan gum in there, because none of those ingredients have calories, and it makes a nice voluptuous protein brownie. So I had 2 of those, which is 50 grams of protein, and then half a carton of egg whites, which is another 50 grams of protein, getting me up to 100 grams. And then I'm going to basically have the exact same meal later, and then maybe introduce a little bit extra yogurt if I want it at the end there, just because it's super good. I stole this yogurt idea from Alex Hermosi. He basically takes one of these tubs of yogurts and puts in a packet of Crystal Light. The wild strawberry flavor is the one I got, and it tastes so freaking good. If you guys haven't tried this, you need to go try it. Go get a nice tub of Greek yogurt and put a whole packet of wild strawberry Crystal Light in there, and it literally tastes like the sugary, like Danimals yogurt that you would eat as a kid. It tastes so freaking good. It's like an incredible hack, and the whole thing, the whole tub is like 100 grams of protein, barely any other calories. I think there's like 5 carbs, maybe 2 grams of fat or something like that. Even maybe 1 gram of fat. It's basically nothing. So it'll keep you going. It'll keep you rocking and rolling. And it'll get me my protein intake for Thursday and Friday, so that I have an extra 2,000 calories going out on Friday night. And so you guys can use this tactic if you're someone who doesn't like giving up the weekends, if you're someone who likes going out on the weekends, or if you're planning for like a nice cheat day, or if you're planning for a wedding, or you have some sort of event or a family dinner. Like even Thanksgiving I know is coming up next month. If you want to prepare for Thanksgiving, you can utilize this tactic to kind of just stack up, calorie jump your calories over from one day to the other, and it will not halt your progress, and it will not put you back, because it'll keep the calories for the week the same, it'll keep the calories for the month the same. And so overall your weight loss and your goal should stay the same, despite the fact that you're utilizing this calorie jumping method. And so that's what I'm going to do to be able to go out on Friday night and still get results, still get weight loss, still stay on track for my bodybuilding show, and not go backwards. Because if I kind of just, I could justify, I have in the past, I've justified like, oh, I get extra movement, I burn an extra 1,500 calories. I can kind of just go out there and not really worry about it, because I wouldn't normally be moving at this time. And while that's true, that is true, I like to account for human error, and I like to be a little bit over the top and a little bit extra. So I'm gonna do this calorie jumping method, stack up an extra 2,000 calories, so that I can go out and not worry about a goddamn thing, eat whatever I want, and just be normal for a single night. And if you guys are looking for the same thing, if you're craving a little bit of normality, then utilize this calorie jumping tactic, implement it into your life, and let me know how it goes. Because I've never really done something like this. Even though I always knew it was a thing, I always kind of like eating consistently the same meals over and over again every day. Like, I don't really like to mix it up too much, but I have a great opportunity here to do it today and tomorrow. And so I'm not going to be set back. I'm going to stay on track, and I can have that little sprinkle of normality in my life and go out with my friends and not really worry about backtracking on my goals. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's podcast episode. A little calorie jumping tactic, a little method that you guys can implement if you want a little bit of simplicity, a little bit of normality in your life. And I hope you got some value out of that. I hope you use it. I hope you utilize it, and I hope you implement it into your life and get some value. And if you did get a little bit of value from this podcast, please screenshot my face, share it to your Instagram stories, tag me at _Garrett Wolf, and I will reshare it to my story and send you a free gift. Other than that, guys, it has been your boy Garrett Wolf, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hopefully you got some value. If you did get value and you want to learn a little bit more about how you can go from saggy flabs to six-pack abs, just head over to my Instagram at _Garrett Wolf, DM me the word six-pack, and I'll reach out to you and see if I can help. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I will see you all in the next podcast episode. Peace.